I don't know if you're ready. I'm not ready. We're going deep. We're going under. I decided I was going to take you along. I'm going to bring it up on the lifting device, and we're going to go after some of those underside bolts. And then there's not a lot left that's holding it on. It could get a little precarious, but those two front mounts that are held in by two gigantic bolts, they should do. So let's see. Oh, wait. I'm going to take a look. I read that there's the noise deadening button. Hit the power once and it goes yellow. Ha, it did. All right, let's see how well that works with the hoistulating. Let's go right now as we're going to head up with that. And that'll be the end of that if it did. So you know what? There's a wee hole in the ceiling up there. I don't know if you can see that. Right up there. Do you see how it lines up with the hood? I've done that before. Yep, that was me. At one of the many visits, I'm taking a Ford chair I stole from Pete, and I'm going to put the camera on that. Oh, maybe I won't. What am I going to use? Some people would have thought of this before they got under a vehicle. I did not. Now it's not like the hoist is high enough. I don't want to scratch the Ford chair. Hang on. There. I think that's excellent. There's coolant and oil down here for me to hang out with. Let's point you in the right direction. First, we're going to swivel you on the chair and give you a little case of vertigo, because everybody needs that. All right. Look at all that. Is that the right spot? Right there? Can you see my finger? Look at all those. Like, one might say to them, "Ah, crap, I left all the tools on the fender." Hold on. I got to get some of these off here. Oh, well, got them. Oh, one went in the coolant bucket. Do you know how slippery that makes a tool? Crap. Well, we're going to rifle around there and find her. What was it? Oh, it's an extension. Who cares? Well, we'll wipe our fingers off. How'd the noise deadening do on that? Not so good, I bet. All right, well, edit that out. Or not. Some of you might think, well, I did that on purpose. I assure you I didn't. I hate stuff falling into a coolant container, and my hands are now covered in coolant, and it makes some procedures harder than others. Yeah. Sometimes you just, I don't know. You wonder, why did I take you? Do you think it was camera nerves? I wonder if I'm so nervous being on camera. I don't think I am. Because at my age, I'm not really afraid of judgment. I'm not afraid at all. I wonder if I should bring a light under here, or if you can see it. Look at that high resolution Osmo thing. Just zooming in. This ratchet's so slippery right now. It's because I was rifling around. Because I thought my ratchet fell into the coolant. So I went in there and I fished around like one of those games at the fair. You wouldn't know about that either because you're all probably under 40. But we had fairs back in the day. I'm not talking, the ones with elephants and nothing. I'm talking about the ones where there would be guys that would come and they would set up these never win games that, yep. They would set up these you can't win games of chance where you'd be throwing, ping pong balls into a milk jug, and you never stood a chance from the second you got there, and you'd be sucking the $1 bills out of you. And your parents would be like, "What'd you spend all your money on?" You'd be like, "Well, I fell for it, Mom, Dad. I totally did. I drank the Kool-Aid, and there I was. I thought I could win that giant panda bear because, you were dating that special girl, and you thought, well, she would love a giant panda. Maybe back then she would have. You think back, if you'd taken all that money, oh, here's the life lesson. If you'd taken all that money and put it into, what do you Americans have? Well, whatever, call it the New York Stock Exchange or something. I don't care. Up here, we don't have anything that's fancy. I can't remember what they call it, but there's no money in Canada. It doesn't matter. You go over there. Am I in the shot yet? I'm never in the shot. There I am. I even wore my hat today because even yesterday and the day before when I was making videos, I realized how goofy looking my hair is. I need to get it cut because I'm looking a bit like Elvis Costello. Back to the investment information, which I think is super important. If we had taken all that money, if I added up what I'd spent at the arcade, that's crazy. We used to ride our dirt bikes into town. Yeah, I'm a hillbilly. And we would park behind the mall. And we would have as many quarters we could steal from our parents as possible. Oh, is that a hiding bolt up there? Oh, come on. Who puts a bolt way up there? You're missing this. This is super high. But I'm glad I saw it from this perspective because I never would have went for that. And you're missing it. Yep, but I can get it from down here. I bet you there's one hiding on the other side. What form of wizardry is that? How am I going to get you? Need another 9/16. Anyone? Something? There's one. Oh, wait. If I use my mint, no, that's not going to work either. There's a lot of, where was I? Well, we would go in. So the money, the quarters we would steal from our parents back when gas was only, I could have sworn I was using the right size. We would steal all their quarters and then we'd take off. Our parents didn't care as long as we were out of their hair because parenting back then was significantly different. I'm telling you right now. You've seen the videos and it's true. They didn't care wherever we were. I think oftentimes my parents probably didn't even want me to come home. I'm not saying I was a horrible child, but let's just say I was a problem child at times. Oh, gosh. Oh, that's just like the last couple of months. I don't know how this is going to happen. Oh. All I'm saying is if I had taken that money and put it towards something smarter, I wouldn't be under 52 Willys taking the engine out on YouTube. Where would I be? Well, you can't get anything on that side. There's so many things in the way. Holy crap. You see what I see? Wait, I'm going to get a light and then you'll see what I see as I ponder all the poor decisions I made growing up. Oh, yeah. Here comes the light. I think there's one way up there, which there's no possible way. I mean, my arms are long. I would have to say unusually long. I could show you in another video, but I won't because it's somewhat embarrassing at times that my hands almost reach down to my knees. I kid you not. You might say, well, Howard, why didn't you try out for the volleyball team? Or you could have been on a badminton team and never actually moved. You could have just stood in the same place and just swat the... There's a name for that thing. What do they call it again? A shuttlecock. You have to say that with an English accent because it sounds a shuttlecock, Bob. That's my... Who's that again? That was... What impression was that? Oh, yeah, this is never coming out. It's a run thing. That's, Sean Connery. Yep. So when you say that in terms of badminton, toolbox tour, please say I have something. I'm going to cut a wrench down if I don't. I don't even care anymore. I'll just bill the customer. Hey, I had to cut down a $55 snap-on wrench. You hear I'm rifling through all the drawers right now. So much emotional damage going on in my head. So back to the arms. So when you have arms like mine, you'd think, Howard, you just reach up there and you'll be able to. There's one right there. You'll just be able to reach up there and get that with your fingers. Well, I tell you, they're impeding at times. Not for hugging. You hugging my lady. It's pretty good because you get the full wrap around. You can come around again. Yeah. Or this is not possible. It's not like I gotta fix it and drive 3,000 miles like that other guy either. I just have to get a motor out of it. Which you'd think, Howard, there's so much complaining. Why? Well, so you get the wrench up there like you're supposed to, and you don't know where you put the other one. It's right here behind the camera. You'd say, what do you got to complain about? It's not like you're going to be driving the thing from here to Sudbury. For those of you who don't know Canadian geography, Sudbury's far away, and we have snow on the ground. I kid you not. And I have driven this thing in some severely cold weather. I can actually even make, what do they call that? The picture at the beginning, whatever that's called. It'll remind me. I just let the AI pick it because I don't care. I'll put a picture of me in this thing heading out on the lake. I think it's about minus a lot. In Fahrenheit, in an American world, I can't even convert it because you'd all be crying. It's so cold. I think we're done under here. I'm just done. I'm just done in general. There's just so many bolts. I'm heading out underneath here. I'm going to take you with me a sec. Hold on. I'll throw some crap out from it. If not, when it's down, I'll just leave all the stuff on the ground and not worry about it. I'll come back for it later, and I'll let it down like I've done a million times. I'll let the hoist down on all sorts of things, and, well, that's not good. But it's true. Drag all the tools aside. This is where all those guys with millions of followers, there's somebody running around in their shop. There is. I swear, there's got to be somebody running around picking up after them. Because you make a video about that, you think my first one was long. The cleanup. Those are long videos. I could do it. But I don't think either of you care. When I say either of you, I'm assuming there's only 2 people watching sometimes. Always Marty, because that guy's steadfast. Okay. We're going to let it down. And that's way quieter than going up. Holding this thing on such a ridiculous angle. Yep. So you pull these levers and it releases locks. And ready? It's not the same, but here it comes. Oh, it's releasing of the hydraulics. It's the quietest I've been in about 5 minutes. But you were thinking the mic ran out of battery, didn't you? Will he ever stop talking? Nope. I find that on YouTube, I can just be open about all those inner disturbed thoughts I have. And what's fun is I can watch the little green bar. Now that I have this microphone thing, I can see the little green bar going across the top. It's pretty fun. And there it is. I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to make some yellow snow because it snowed up here in Canada. And I'm gonna have a look see without you around because sometimes it's just embarrassing because you go, oh, I missed that and I missed that, and then I put it back on the next video and I look so professional. I go, okay, well this is next. Sort of that old, was it not a proverb because that's Bible stuff, but there's 3 rates at a shop. Let's call it $100 an hour if you drop it off. $120 an hour if you hang out, and $150 an hour if you give any advice. And that's me. But it's you and I together. I'm not billing anyone. You're off the hook. I've not enough subscribers to make it ever pay, and I don't care. So we'll revisit this after I do a bolt inspection and embarrass myself on which ones I missed. And then when we come back, I'll look super professional and they'll be already missing. Until next time.